So here's a little creek bed in California here in my local area where I can show you it's primarily sedimentary, so like 90%, so you can see all the different sandstones that are in here, made out of different sands that built up and formed layers. And in amongst all that is this chert, and so I've told you in videos before how it forms. It's the deep salt water in the ocean, becomes very acidic down deep, and then all of the microorganisms that rain down from the upper levels where there's sunshine, all the little micro life forms sink down and their bodies dissolve all the calcium away, and it forms like a salacious ooze of just silicate on the bottom. And it forms into these layers. You can see how they sat together, and it comes in all different colors. So here you have big massive chunks of this green chert that I'm always showing you. This creek is phenomenal. We're gonna have to do at least this video here. Look how big that is. That is a huge chunk. This is like an olive green piece, but of just chert. So when I say there's cliff faces around, that's what I mean. You can see the pieces that are breaking out of here. This is just another pink version, and all of this red that you're seeing is all chert, and all those colors, and then with that will come phenomenal jaspers, because the two live together in this region. So yeah, look at that. Instantly just big, crazy jasper. And what are you? Like every other stone is a chert. This is just a sandstone. You can see out in the water big chunks of it. Oh, look at that jasper. Holy crud. So we need a big stepping stone. This is a trick. At least one, maybe two. We'll stand on this jasper. Oh, it's cold water right to the eyeball. Yeah, this place is a ridiculous pile up. Some places are like that. Just 3 miles upstream, there's nothing. And then here, all this crazy silicate. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice piece. Look at that with the quartz all through it. Nice. It's just in our first 5 minutes here, and these are just sticking out of the center of the creek. I can see more. Oh, and more. So this is a crazy little jasper pile, chert pile. Gosh. Okay, let's walk down this way a little bit and just see what we see. I think this is the beginning of a longer video, so I have to go, but we will probably come back and check all this out, because like I say, I was deterred from this section of the creek by what I saw exploring in a bunch of other parts of it, and then I thought, man, you didn't look there. And we walked down here and boom. So, and it goes on and on. I think we need our galoshes, but then this is going to be a fun explore for sure. Yeah, that is a riverbed of different colored cherts. Really cool. We're going to walk up this one large gravel bed that I saw, and whew, bone, and look and see what's on it, in it. Wow, look at that piece of red jasper sticking out of there. Ooh, it's a beauty. It's got like a white agate flare going through it, and all these micro lines and inclusions. Gorgeous. Let's look at this up close. Let's check the details. See all the fine, clear and blue chalcedony running through, and then look at that crazy detailing around that eye of the storm there. All these areas where it's clear fill in between the floating red and orange with the veining of quartz. You can see the white quartz veining running through the completely translucent chalcedony into the red chalcedony that we call jasper. And yeah, I gotta love that eye flare of agate going through there. All those fine lines. Nice piece of the red spectrum for sure. For sure. Nice piece of red jasper coming out of here. Really interesting little markings there. That's pretty cool. Just the way the quartz laid in. And doesn't it feel good to be out rock hounding a little bit? And drove by this place and the storms have broken. Glad to have you with me. Glad to be in the sunshine. And I'm glad. It's also ridiculous, so we should just splash up this with our rubber boots on. Because I see so much stuff here that's like wowzers. Wowzers. Oh, look at that red. That's crazy. And then the purity of some of these greens. And that. Wow. Chert and jasper land, that's for sure. So walking this creek, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. We're prospecting here at the beginning of the video, but like I say, I think the rest of this video will probably be me showing back up here with a bucket. So I will see you, and for you what is just a second here, and for me is going to be whenever I get back. So okay, we are back. We have a bucket to carry our stuff out, and I got my boots on, so we can walk up and down this little creek and see what we see. So here's the rest of the video. It's about 2 days later, but the sun is still out, and this creek bed of jasper and chert has been on my mind. Here we are at our little creek bed that is just full of sedimentary stones. So this is mostly Franciscan formation sediments from here in California. And then you can see how many pieces of this red chert there are, and there are green cherts, and then the rest of these are sandstones, and then amongst that will be jaspers. And yeah, more green chert. Here's a cool layered specimen. Ooh, cool little mix of blue and red in that one. I like that. This has got some cool things going on for being a plain. You can see it's got some translucence here. And it's got some little detailing, almost dendritic, little plays of stuff in there. red chert. And you can see it's square in nature, so this is going to be a good chance for you to see why I'm always diagnosing these pieces as chert. See the layers that it comes in? Just like all this other layered sedimentary stone. Here's another piece of the red mixing with the green. You know, it comes in all colors, but you can picture these just absolutely stacked in a cliffside, layer after layer like that. Like you'd see any other sedimentary stone. Here's a nice big green piece. So sometimes when it's broken up like this, it's less obvious, but you tend to get the eye for which is which. This is actually the top of a big flat piece of chert. You can see the color there coming out. And there's usually a thin layer of clay, what was once clay, in between each of the layers of silicate ooze. And that's the top and bottom. But again, you can see the square nature. So these are all a bedded sedimentary material and cliff faces of it that are broken up. So this creek happens to have a huge amount, and in the sandstone layers there's quartz veins that form. That looks like it's about half quartz and half a white gray chert, but so there's a lot of quartz mixed in here too. That would have been veins running through the sandstone. Big chunks. This is mottled, it starts green. As you turn it, it goes into the reds. Let's just go ahead and walk down the stream. I mean, these are all big pieces. That's a big swirly, more of the ribbon chert version of it. It's all, that's just another word for the layers, but I associate it more with these where it's all been metamorphosized a little bit, so the lines of sediment, the flat layers of sediment, have been bent around a little bit by heat and pressure, so it's been metamorphosized a little bit. But you can see there's one piece of cherts and gobs. Here's another. You can see the square nature of it, green and marbled. Big old piece of white quartz. This, another piece of this golden chert. See it? More and more translucent. See the translucence? Sorry I'm going a little fast, that's just this part of the video. I just want to walk you down this channel and see how much there is in every 3 feet. You know, there's more of the red, more of the red. Big layer of the green. So literally by hanging out in areas where there's this much of it, when I'm in the other creek beds, it's not very hard for me to spot what is chert and what isn't, you know. Big gobs of quartz mixed with pink chert swirls. Literally everywhere all through it. So that's what you're looking at here in all the colors. So now as we're walking along, you can kind of get an idea of, ooh, there's a real pretty dragon blood mix. That'll probably go in the bucket just because it's got enough different stuff going on, and it's a real bright red. That's almost basically a jasper. Although you can see with all this green and red chert around, it's a chert. You know? These are just all different pieces of it. This is pink chert with white veins of quartz running through it. More of this green, golden, yellow. Inside, here's a layer of it, so layers can be, that's actually the top layer there, which would have been the clay. And then a bottom one, so that one was actually that thick. So if you can imagine that running like that, and then the next layer, and then the next layer. And that was all just salacious ooze. off of the bottom of the ocean. It has solidified into this mass of what we call chert. There's another piece of that same. You can see it going from the gray coloration into the golden, even tans. Here's a piece of this red that's, ooh, that's a jasper level. Getting into those Berryessa colors of red and yellow. Crazy little details in the marbling there. Bright golds to mix with it, and just the color of the red right when I picked it up. So there's our bucket so far. We're being pretty select. We have this little layer of blue schist on the back of the serpentine, so we're like in a transition zone there. So the schist can have garnets and all kinds of other things with it. So every creek has the potential of something different and fun and magic in it. So that is half of the fun. Ooh! And look at those natural little cool breaks. That's a piece of chert, but it's so pure. Such high silicate and so translucent that it's like, ooh, that's nice, right? Into the bucket you go. I mean, there's just a creek bed of it here. You can just sit in one spot and pick these up and see what's special and dig down and see who's hiding there. I mean, that's a nice green. Translucence of that. It's real pure. You're making tools, making cabs. Some chert can be more dirty or chalky, so it ends up being like that. Let me give you a close-up. So it is more like a brick. So I think that's where more sediment mixed with the silicates. So it's not as such high silicate level as things like this, where it's just very, very obvious, especially in its translucence. You look at the translucence of the two, and you have that, and then you have just a brick, non-translucent. So you can tell these layers have higher silicate in their original ooze and solution. My eye here. That's a cool little, when pieces of jasper like this polish up, the details just really come out. Look at these up close. There's cool little things going on in there. Heck of a mix for sure. So look with me a little bit. Look through the water, how clear that is. That's nice, huh? Ooh, look at that salmon orange pink piece. That's pretty different. Some crazy brachiation patterns in here. Kind of a more rare color. Bucket. Where are you, bucket? That's almost carnelian shade material there. Okay, bucket, we're gonna come get you here. Oh, look at the reds in there. Okay, bucket, come here. Oh! Oh, my goodness. We need those two. Look at that. Look at the patterns going on in there. Look at the color of the whole thing. The size and the shape. And that is a fun little piece of jasper there. Whew, look at those colors. I hope it's showing up as bright red as it is in in reality. That is fun. And then this other one's fantastic too. Look at this coloration overall. And then let's zoom in on it too. The different shades of red. Look at that. Right? And look how clear this early winter water is. It's like pie. Oh, look at that. These are fun pieces. That needs to just be buffed up in the shape that it is. Look at that fun shape. And then the colors in it. You see that red is actually a totally different color but than the other. It's like an orange with very intricate light veining all through the whole thing, and then on the other side goes into like a deeper pink thing, and then the micro details in here are crazy. And then this, look at that. So right there in the middle, this is a piece of jasper. You see it's got the mossy greens from this region I've shown you before mixed in with the golds. And a big section of hematite sticking in the middle there. And then more of the green, moss green, mixing into more hematite. Look at the just blue of that iron in there. Mixed with the gold and the green. And then around into orange. Look at this fun piece with the minute red veining all through the thing. But then yes, let's look at the rock that we came to look at. This one. That's like a red, deep burgundy brick red with a green. I believe this is basically a chert mix between the two, but look how it ended up. Because in the cherts you can get all the jaspers and agate mixes too. So in all this swirling of salacious ooze, we have ended up with these patterns. And look at them. Look here at the windows. Clarity, the red chalcedony or chert, whatever it actually is. You know, if that was a chalcedony, a red chalcedony, we would call it jasper, and it would have picked up the color. And if that's a chert, then it would have been, you know, a sedimentary layer is the difference. So as opposed to something that flowed in or flowed through and picked up the color and is the red jasper, it was something that was the layers of stuff that we consider chert, that we call chert, are made. But this is what I spotted. Look at this agatization. See the layers there? With that green, the very white in the middle, and then the green or amberish, whatever you want to call it, eye socket there. And then this solidity of the red. That's all flowing through, and the contrast to the two. So if there's any pieces of that would be stable enough, yeah, that's the main true agate layer there. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And then I think we owe this little beach here a good wander before we call this video done. So I hope you'll stick around with me. And I'll try and show you the best stuff on it before we go. Beautiful day. What's this green? Look at that. Ooh, you are a beautiful little thing. Wow. That's almost a gorgeous nephrite or something. I believe it's an actinolite. think it's a form of serpentine, a very fibrous form. It's a little lens, and it's compressed. So in some of my other recent videos, you saw me cut one of these slices of darker actinolite with bigger crystals in it. But this it's semi-translucent. I don't know if the color is really coming through. You see the green? So when actinolite crushes down enough, it becomes nephrite. So I think this is most of the way there, but not quite. Still a little grainy and fibrous. But it's got some just apple green color to it. That is nice. Definitely gonna bring it at home. Definitely hope to cut it someday and look at its details even closer. I said it. Look at the green in there. That is freaking gorgeous. Look at that. That pretty darn close to nephrite. It really, really is. It's so compressed. You keep an eye on that low edge right there. See the translucent value of it? That's beautiful stuff. The only thing making it look cloudy is all the minute little fibrous crystals to the whole thing. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. That is crazy. Look at just one of the details. Look at the lightning in there. That, my friends, is a layer of red chert. But it is really, really red. It's got some of the most cat eye marble things going on with it. And then the white quartz veining. And yeah, that's a chunk of stuff. If we don't get anything else, I might try and haul that out of here because look at just the patterns in that. Whew, that's a nice piece. Okay, well, we'll set it here. That's a good one. Look at you, you look fibrous and green and weird, kinda, and heavy. A little lens-like. It's more of this material. It's actually like a green, layered, compressed serpentine silicate creature. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the bucket. It's always good to bring things home to think about later. Piece of green. Ooh, nice piece of green. Yeah, so you see how every area of chert is different. So this is more of a predominantly red section. And this one is these crazy lenses of green. Yeah, we're gonna bring that with the rusty on the outside rig. Look at this layer of chert. Just they're alternating reds in it. Back and forth. Just found that. It's another mix of chert. But a right jolly mix of pinks and other stuff. I think it'll look awesome wet. A few momentary hours later, we arrived at the water. Rockhounds have a different time system. Our increments change depending on the level of interest in the rocks. Ah, nice green. Basic. Here's the one that I picked up that we initially set out for. See the colors in that. Nice oranges and pinks and light flushings and featherings of very, very light colors twining through the whole thing. Nice Nice glow to it. Look. See the color playing here between the deep burgundy and the light flaming reds. Oh, and it's got hematite all through it. Let me zoom in on that because we're in the right light. See those veins of metallic hematite running through this red? Classic red California hematite jasper. And then the contrasting between burgundy and veining of light red in here. So intricate. But intricacy means that we get that much more pack for our punch per inch when we're making things like jewelry and specimens and anything, you know. All of it runs through. Blue metallic of it. Iron ore. Look at the burgundy of that. And just freaking gorgeous. Oh, look at the patterns in there. Wow. Those are all filled in fracturing or whatever you want to call it there with silicate. It's a smooth surface. It's just absolute see-through marbling going through the whole thing. Veining on that side. What a cool shape too. And yeah, just lots going on. Just look right in here at what you're actually looking at. Ridiculous. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay, put your foot on that so we don't forget it. And look at the details in that. That's ridiculous. Okay. And then while holding all these rocks in your pockets and armpits and shirts and all that, there's this big green gray chunk. Look at that. The translucence of that. Just poof, super pure. And marbled green gray. Just even more greens on top of there. Very pale green. Big chunk of chert. Some more of this greenstone with the fibers in there. We're going to take that, I'm going to call it just a light, very fine version of actinolite. But we'll cut it and see how it polishes up too. It's very heavy and compact. What? That's a different stone. It's just now wearing its little, it's modeling off the outside, and look how translucent that is. It's almost like a green agate. That is not chert, that is something different. We're in the serpentine belt here as well, so. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if that's showing up as cool as it is, but it's like a green agate. Really cool. That needs to get tumbled. And yeah, it's looking like a nugget of completely clear, translucent silicate creature. Super compact. Okay, now we need to look for more of those. this. It's another lens. Ooh. Yes, that super fine actinolite. Super green, lightly translucent. Definitely a lens. Okay. Bringing that. Greenstone. Chunks of green. Green grays. But I wanted to show you this. Wow, look at these chunks of red. It's ridiculous. I'm filling my pocket with these balls of actinolite. Look at the patterning and the crystals in here. See that? Because that can be some beautiful stuff. But yeah, let me show you this. Look at this orange with green on the top and bottom, very thin. Those patterns go all the way through. And just look at it. And that's a beautiful piece of chert. That's some pretty rare color there. I hope the yellow orange of it is showing up. Ooh, there's some fun layers. The grays going through the whole thing and the patterning in here. You see how it goes from super pure silicate in the middle there to the clay on the outside. I wonder if that has something to do with when it's solidifying into rock from gel. If it somehow jellifies with the pure in the middle and the junk on the crust. Sometimes things do that, and I see that there's so much more that we could look at, so we are just going to call it done. And yeah, hopefully you'll join me on another day here or somewhere else, and we can look through more of the really fun things that there are to find out here. This is what we'll be doing, is wandering around trying to enjoy the planet while we're still on it. You're invited along at any point. Ooh. Greens and reds. You got a quartz vein and a chalcedony vein running next to each other there. Ooh, there's one we're keeping. Look at the alterations in those colors. You see all the chert that we collect. That's semi-rare blend there. A lot of little mini layers going on. Okay. There's Bucket. We got to go back to that, and then we got to go back to the beginning where I parked. And thank you for taking this little wander with me. It was good to get out, and yeah, hope that everybody out there is doing okay as well. And please take care of each other and take care of yourselves. And the quest goes on. We'll see you next time.